Hello and welcome to Calling It. I'm Andy Call and today we're going to be talking about Jose Mourinho's Tottenham, their dip in form, and I'm going to teach you how to create a Jose Mourinho own brand excuse. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button now, leave a comment and let me know what you think. So after a scoreless draw against Bournemouth last night, the Jose Mourinho cycle has finally come full circle at Tottenham. Usually this takes about 2.5 years, but he has broken his own record this year and got there before the end of the season. Tottenham didn't register one single shot on target against Bournemouth, becoming the first side to do so since 2015, and that was Middlesbrough. The result leaves Tottenham in 9th place behind Arsenal, which is typical Tottenham, and after the game, Jose Mourinho had this to say.
You know when?
The penalty, potential.
You know who? And I don't want to say anything more in relation to that because everybody knows, and I don't need to say much more in relation to that. Everybody knows. There is nothing to do in relation to that. Performance not good enough, but good enough to win. I'm not saying a strong performance. I'm not saying a sharp performance, but I say good enough to win.
So how do you know you're actually in the middle or coming to the end of a Jose Mourinho cycle? Well, it goes excitement, initial boost, is Jose Mourinho back, a little bit of a lull, complete collapse, picking a scapegoat, blaming everybody but himself. So we're at that stage, so by my estimation, we're about 2 months away from him spouting on about how many trophies he's won at other clubs, and about another 2 to 4 months away from him getting a sack and a massive payoff. So since we're in the middle of him blaming everybody but himself phase, I thought I'd let you know some of his best excuses and how you can create your own Jose Mourinho excuse. So over the years, Jose Mourinho has become one of the best people on the planet at coming up with excuses. Like the time he blamed the Real Madrid fans for the team losing, or the time in 2014 when he blamed the man running the floodlights when Chelsea stumbled over the line against QPR. One of his worst ever excuses, and one that actually cost him a court case, was him blaming Dr. Eva for literally doing her job as a doctor. I could list some of the things he's also said about the media and how it's their fault, but by far and away his favourite person to blame is the referee. Like, it's not even close. And again last night against Bournemouth, he turned to that excuse. Again, it may have been a penalty for Harry Kane, but that doesn't change the fact that Tottenham have less shots on target than Thomas Suchek for West Ham. The West Ham centre-half has more shots on target than Tottenham do this month. Let that sink in. And we all know that Jose Mourinho is a king of excuses, but how does that help us? Well, I'm going to tell you how. Here's how to generate a Jose Mourinho excuse. The first thing you want to do is pick a scapegoat. It can be anybody. Anybody at all on the planet. Just pick them out as the person you're going to blame for you not doing your job. So let's say you don't have your weekly report finished and your boss is getting on your shoulder. You could blame your housemates for being too loud, or you could blame the technology for letting you down. So pick your scapegoat. I'm going to choose the housemate option. A noisy housemate is a bit too hard for your boss to accept, so you have to double down on you. That's part 2. Double down on your scapegoat. It is not your fault, it is his fault. So let's say your housemate is too noisy because he's been drinking non-stop for 2 months. Doesn't have to be true again. This is an excuse. Again, your boss is saying, that's not really an excuse though. You could go to a quieter part of the house. But this is where you initiate part 3. Get super defensive and start spouting on about things you did in the past that validate your reasons for not finishing your weekly report. For example, say, well, what about the great work I did 10 years ago with the other company? So just to repeat those steps, pick a scapegoat, double down on that scapegoat, and when the boss doesn't accept that, just say you did great work with your previous companies. So the next time your boss gets onto you about not doing your work, just say, well, my housemate was too loud, he's an alcoholic who's been drinking too much, and anyway, you shouldn't really be asking me this question because look at all the great work I did with these companies 10 years ago. That's how you create your own Jose Mourinho excuse. I'm Andy Call, thanks for watching Calling It. If you like this video, hit subscribe now, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, see you later.